Parc Cwm Darren is like, near Derry in Wales. Very bumpy going downhill. It's been made rough for the ice and stuff so people's cars can get up here in the winter, I guess, just for grip in general. Go to the upper car park. Very quiet here today. Ah, interesting, I see they've got a charge point for electric cars. That's new. Pay and display is currently suspended until further notice. That's also good news. Don't have to pay to park in these places because of the COVID pandemic, to encourage people to get out and about in the open. And the first gate. I don't understand this. People put their dog poop in a bag and then just ditch it somewhere. There's proper bins for that sort of thing. At least there should be. I see the stuff sometimes hanging from trees as well. It's nuts. I've turned off the power assist on the electric bike now. This is all pretty much downhill, this terrain through the park. I used to often bring my other bike here with the car, cycle all the way through to Bargoed. It's a nice flat terrain along the lake. Beautiful scenery. Into the highest gear now. That's the only thing with this e-bike, when the motor is engaged on terrain like this, speed is limited, so you're pushing against the motor, slows you down. So as you can see, all the autumn leaves now, November. Guy Fawkes Day, 5th of November. The lake down there, I don't know if you can see it through the trees. Hopefully the camera angle is right. I've sort of set it because I lean down onto the handlebars so that it's more or less level. The salt course for the kids there. But that's the whole lake along there. Hopefully you can see it on the camera. A lot of tree roots underneath the pathway here. That's the only thing with pathways going through these parks. Beautiful park though. There's a path going across. We'll cut across this way just to give you a view of the lake. Go onto the bridge. Beautiful countryside, that's for sure. Wales is a beautiful country. It's worth visiting. Ducks on the lake there. A lot of pondweed there, I see. There's a little waterfall down below, down there, and it sort of flows into a canal. So, a bit difficult to take off now. I forgot the motor was on. Going to make a U-turn here and carry on along the other path. It's a nicer, more scenic route. Quite a heavy bike to pedal without the assist, 24 kgs. Well, that's new. Like a dragonfly on a metal hoop in the water, all made out of metal. Hadn't seen that here before, that's something new. Haven't been to this park for a while. It's quite a long lake, people do come here to do fishing. I think it's mainly carp. Hook and throw back seems a bit pointless. Hook and cook is my motto. I don't know what the fish would taste like though, they'd probably taste pretty muddy. So, not something worth pursuing in my opinion, but each to their own. If you enjoy that sort of thing, gets you out of the house, fresh air, whatever. A few beers on the lake. especially when the weather's good. There's like a sled made out of wood, Santa's old sleigh. Don't know if that's all being picked up on the camera. It's a bit difficult to control the angle. Don't know if you can hear me above the wind noise. It is a bit breezy today. There is an old railway bridge up ahead, further along. Just testing out the Strava app for the first time today. Someone walking their dogs. Oh yeah. Beautiful countryside. I mean, what a better bike ride could you find than in Wales, you know, such places. Still following a river down there. Don't know if you can pick that up, if the camera is picking that up or not. A lot and lots of leaves here. And a bit wet and muddy in places. But yeah, this bike's built for it. Hopefully you can hear some of the commentary. Probably not when I speed up because of the wind. This next gate. And there's some kind of trucking company or something here in between. And the next gate. These are a pain to squeeze through with the big bike. But we manage. So it turned out to be not a bad autumn day today, sun's out. Someone walking their miniature dogs. Oh yeah. And that's the old railway bridge I was talking about. In fact, I think there was a railway track running along here and underneath this bridge. It's a pedestrian bridge. Where we're actually riding, that is the old railway track, was along here at some point. There is a board back there with a map and all that, but there were people standing looking at it, so not really convenient to film that at the moment. But you know, you can always Google it if you're interested in that sort of thing. Or also crack on with the bike ride. Yeah, definitely autumn now. All these leaves. It's been feeling more wintry these days. Temperatures have dropped a lot in the last couple of weeks. Been down this path on numerous occasions. It's a nice ride. See, this is all bridges for the railway line to go under, pedestrians to walk across. I think it was all coal mainly that they used to move along here. It was all coal mining area before, about 40 or so years back. Alright. Right, and we get to the next gate. Across the main road here. This is all part of Derry. Take a walk across here. Oh, I hate when that happens. Dog slipping on the bike. The remains of Halloween. Pieces of pumpkin laying around all over the place. Seems like a waste. Waste of pumpkin instead of eating the stuff. Apparently they're grown specifically for Halloween. But still, you could make a good pumpkin soup in the winter time. You could use the insides of the pumpkin, you could freeze it and cook it at a later date, or cook it and then freeze it. Wow, lots of leaves. Hopefully there's no turds under the leaves, because not everyone cleans up after their animals. Especially not horses. I notice horse fouling is allowed, but dog fouling, definitely no dog fouling allowed. Still not using the motor. Nice flat terrain. I'll use it a bit at the end of this. There's a slope going up at the end. Definitely on my old bike I would have made better progress than this. We're going about 30 kilometers an hour because the gear ratios on the old bike are designed more for flat terrain and downhill. You can get up into a higher gear. Still following the river down there. There's a squirrel running across the pathway. Don't know if the camera picked that up. They're all busy stacking or storing food away for the winter, I'm guessing. Burying their nuts. Make what you will on it. It's weird, that one stream on the right that we just passed, it's all like oxidized, like there's metal in the rocks. More dog walkers ahead. They're always good like that, they move out of the way nicely. Oh yeah. A lot of tiny flies here in the summertime. You normally need to wear glasses and something to cover your mouth, because those suckers just fly straight up your nose and your eyes, your mouth. Those tiny midges, they're a nuisance. At least you don't get much of that now in the winter time. Feel a bit overdressed today actually, but that's alright. The river is now on our right. I can hear it down there. I don't know if the camera has picked that up. There's a bit of a bridge going across there, footbridge, for people that want to walk across to the other side of the river. At least there's not as many pedestrians because it's a weekday and it's getting into winter, so less people out and about. Just the braver souls getting out there, or those that have to walk their dogs. In total 14k rides so far. I didn't start the camera rolling until I'd been a few kilometers into it, because I had a few errands to run. So good job, I bought myself a sturdy chain and bike lock. to rock it up outside the places I had to go to. Seems to work quite well. One guy was asking me all about my bike. Said he used to do riding before, and commented about the colour, said he liked the colour. So yeah, positive comments from the guy. Had a bit of a chat with him there. Looks like they're still doing some sort of roadworks across the other side of the valley. We're now heading towards Bargoed. This is the stretch between Derry and Bargoed now. Quite a climb to get up through Parc up the mountains, but with the e-bike, no problem. With my old bike, I would be walking up a lot of it. You know, getting on in years a bit, so not as youthful as I used to be, not as fit as I used to be, I think. So the e-bike's great for the mountainous terrain, but you can also just use it without the motor, without the pedal assist. Another railway tunnel, pedestrian bridge again. All the coal mine workers, I guess, to get home, had to get across the railway tracks safely. That's why this terrain is so flat and level, because of the fact that there used to be trains running down in the valley. There's hardly any sign of it. I think there is like one part of a platform for a station somewhere around here. I may have passed it already though. I think we're getting towards the end of the trail now because it's splitting up. Yep, there's the uphill. Time to engage some power. Whoa, we're down to one notch on the battery. It is dying fast. And that's the gate at the end of Parc Cwm Darren, and we enter Bargoed. So yeah, I may end the video off here even though this camera is still recording. Don't want to make it too long. This part of the journey is going to be a bit boring anyway. So hope that you all enjoyed it. Parc Cwm Darren, that was it there, with the e-bike. And yeah, feel free to leave any comments. Any sort of comments, positive or negative, are welcome. Till the next video, bye bye for now.